Dun, dun, dun. What's going on, people? What is going on? We're getting this thing rolling. I got a special guest today. This is going to be a good one. You guys got to wait a little bit because we're patching through live to Instagram in a couple seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. We are live now on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Hope everybody's doing well. We're going to let people trickle in right now. As you are all trickling in, I want to remind you, okay, that if you get motivated by my content, if you get motivated by seeing clients winning just like this in front of you real time, getting in amazing shape, all you have to do for me to do a full fitness assessment of your current situation to help you reach your fitness goals, your mindset goals, your body goals, get jacked, get abs, lose body fat, all you have to do is comment win on this live stream right now, okay? So if you got a jet, but you want my help, comment win right now. I'm here with Mr. Pat Miles for absolutely shredded his testimonial. So Pat, why don't you introduce yourself to people that are watching, man, and let us know, like, you know, who's Pat Miles, what do you do for work, give us a little bit of information about you, and let's start there.
Yeah, I'm 41 years old. I've been the father of 2 beautiful girls, 10 and 8. I work for a small community bank in my town here in Pennsylvania. Yeah, man. I mean, I've been an active fitness person my whole life. I also train people on the side as well. I had my CrossFit Level 1 certification, coached CrossFit for about 3 years. Was doing some private training with a group of people for another year or so. So yeah, I've always been a enthusiast of all things fitness and health, and was just looking for, every coach needs their own coach, right? So I was just looking to fine tune things, and man, but we did that.
100%, dude, 100%. So let me ask you this. So, and guys, remember, Pat Miles has a fitness background. He is a CrossFit coach, okay? What he said rings true. Why do you think Michael Jordan had a coach, right? Why do you think LeBron James has a coach? Why do you think Wayne Gretzky had a coach? Every great also has a coach. You need a second set of eyes on what it is you're doing to take what you're doing to the next level. So, brother, what were some of the things that you were, maybe this isn't the right word, but was there anything that you were struggling with before you met me or like having challenges with?
I think one thing we talked about maybe early on was, I felt like I was always eating healthy, and I really was, but I just wasn't doing it the right way. I'd always heard about different ways to fast and macro dieting, and I just like, I'm working out enough, I'm doing enough, and once I actually, went in with this with you, I mean, and really dialed in my macros, my intermittent fasting. I mean, it was like, it changed everything.
Yeah, 100%, man. And that's usually the key, isn't it? Right? Like getting dialed. Eating clean is different than dialing the fucking, right? And I want to make that very, very clear to people out there right now. So when we started, what were some of the things that we implemented early on to start getting you results, like getting you leaner?
Yeah, I mean, figuring out my macros, number one, was huge. I didn't even know how to do that. Obviously, throughout your program with all the mindset, daily mindset that you put us into, and we follow and listen, like you teach on that later. But having my macros, figuring out what worked best for me is like, what style? Do I want to make my own food myself with my macros, or do I want you to provide meal plan for me? But then also knowing what window to eat that food within. And certain things to stay away from, I mean, I think it's super easy to buy into, what's being sold on TV as good, but man, it just might not be good for you. So, that's
so true, my man.
Work.
Yeah, and as we progress through the program, guys, we did a 2-part strategy with Pat, by the way. First thing that we do is what I always recommend everyone do, which is get a lot leaner, right? Chisel the 6-pack, chisel the cuts, get looking really, really lean and tight. And then we transitioned into more of a muscle gain phase. So what did we do later on in the program that you remember to start building up your muscle mass?
Yeah, so we started off high-intensity interval training with some strength, and we really migrated then to just dedicated strength training. But even further on then down, I think it was in about week maybe 10, 11, really like focusing on a different style of strength training that I really wasn't used to.
Yeah.
We a lot with hypertrophy. We went into German style training. So things that some people may have heard about, but until you actually implement them. And the biggest key, I think, too, is you can try something for a short period of time, but if you don't stick it out within what's prescribed to you for the time that you actually need it, you're not going to get the results you need. So that was a huge factor too.
Yeah, 100%, man. And so a huge thing for me is not just the benefits of fitness when it and your body when you get in better shape, but you as a coach yourself, as a fucking CrossFit coach yourself. Would you say that there have been any intangible benefits that you have achieved from dialing in your fitness even more than what it was? Any intangibles, maybe with efficiency, maybe with mindset, maybe with your work capability? Like, has there been any intangible benefits that people wouldn't really think about?
Yeah, I think drive focus is huge. I think along with the programming and the diet, nutrition, all that stuff. I mean, the brotherhood calls that you have on a weekly basis, just getting around other guys that are looking for the same thing, pumping you up, celebrating success. I mean, it's huge, So whenever I'm coming into a meeting on Friday, I don't want to come in and be like, yeah, man, I put on 5 pounds. Oh, I slacked off this weekend and ate like a maniac, and I just did stupid stuff, So it's just personal accountability.
In my program, bro.
Yeah, so the personal accountability, and that transcends into just daily life, like trying to excel and be the best version of who you are professionally, in the workforce, at home, as a father, as a husband, just all over. It just it really
100%. And so what? Let's get into results then, brother. What were the results you were able to achieve in our time together? It's been 4 months, correct? It's been 4 months.
Yeah. We're this is it. So what I would tell you is, back in January, I had my body fat composition done, and I was right around 14.9%, I think, body fat. And just 2.5 weeks ago, I'm down to 11.7. My weight's down about 5 pounds, but I mean, I feel lighter than that, but that wasn't even the goal. I just am more shredded out than I've ever been. I have striations in places I never thought I would have before. My 6-pack's there. But one of the biggest differences too, I would tell you, like with CrossFit, it's always hitting these PRs and heavy weights. Dude, I'm not crushing any kind of massive amounts of weights, but dude, I mean, people will probably look at me and be like, how much can you bench? How much can you squat?
Yeah.
So those are some of the huge successes for me. My body still works. My joints don't hurt. I feel great.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. And that is so huge, guys. What he just said is so huge. Making improvements to your physique, getting stronger, getting leaner, while maintaining biomechanical capability, right? Like while maintaining your joint health, your bone health, maintaining a body that doesn't have injuries. It's huge. So many people try to get in shape and then they injure themselves and then they're screwed for like 6 months, right? You have to do this smart, okay? So if you don't know what you're doing, you need to comment win on this live stream right now so I can do a full fitness assessment of you to help you be like Pat Miles and get in the best shape of your motherfucking life. Let's continue. What were some of your biggest takeaways from the program, man? That could be anything related, fitness or training, nutrition, or mindset. What were some of your biggest takeaways?
I mean, honestly, I think just the daily mindset was a really good foundational thing every day to just focus on, to just set the tone for the day. But I think also a lot of times, we all think we have it figured out. We think we know what we're doing, and don't tell me. Sorry about that. I got some background noise. Don't tell me that. I'm a fitness coach myself. Don't tell me that I need somebody else's advice, because man, listen, obviously I thought I did. And, now I do. But the growth that I've experienced here, I couldn't have done it without you, man.
Oh man, that makes me so happy, brother. Like, especially from another person in the industry as well. Like it's really, really cool to hear that I can, help people that already have skill. Like that's really the sign of someone that knows what they're doing is if they can help someone like you. So that's really, really cool. I'm very, very blessed and humble and proud to be able to work with someone like you. Do you feel empowered, dude, by the knowledge that you've learned? Do you feel like you're going to be able to translate the knowledge that you've learned to yourself moving forward and potentially to future clients of yours moving forward?
Absolutely. I can't tell you enough. Like, the people that have actually asked me, like, what are you doing? Like, what has changed?
Yeah.
They've been around me for so many years, and all of a sudden it's like, and even like my brother, my closest friend, I'm like, listen, I'm going to show you pictures of me from April 1st until up really, it was 2 weeks ago. And they're like, what are you taking? And I'm like, dude, I got it figured out with Taj, man. I mean, we figured this thing out. It's like, I figured out the recipe. You know? So yeah, man, I totally anticipate, sharing the knowledge that I've gained through this program to not only continue myself for years to come, for forever, but, those around me.
Dude, I love that. That makes me so, so, so happy. And the last question, my man, and thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day, bro. I know how busy you are. But what would you tell someone who's potentially watching this live stream right now or watching the replay that wants help, knows they need help, and sees my content and they think I could probably help? What would you tell that person if they're just kind of afraid to take the leap of faith?
I was too. I mean, honestly, I know from a money standpoint, you're like, oh man, but I tell you what, like, it's worth the investment. I mean, you got to invest in yourself, and I think it truly is an investment that's going to pay dividends for me for years, decades to come. So, and the other thing I would say is, like, man, if you're second guessing it and questioning if you should or you shouldn't, then you probably should. I mean, I did too. And Taj was messaging me as I was doing that, like, bro, let's go. You can do this. I know you can do it. Honestly, I'm so glad that you didn't just say, well, if you want to do this, you'll let me know. You stayed after me, and I did it. And, man, I don't have any regrets at all.
Man, that's amazing. Dude, thank you so, so, so much for everything, brother. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you. You're a fantastic guy. You showed up to all the calls. You did everything you were supposed to do, and that's why you got the results. So massive, massive props and kudos to you, my man. For those of you watching right now, at the end of this live stream, you guys, remember, if you want to get amazing results in fitness, you need a strategy, okay? You need a nutrition plan. You need a training plan, and you need a plan to make sure that your mindset is at peak levels so that you can be disciplined, you can have willpower, you can stay consistent, you can stay on track, you can say no to the junk food, and do your workouts and not be a little bitch. And if you want to do that, and you want me to assess your current situation, all you have to do is comment win on this live stream right now. I'm going to give you guys another minute before I close it off. Comment win on this live stream right now, and I'll send you a free fitness assessment where I pretty much look at everything that you're doing and help you take what you're doing to the next level. Okay? Pat, you're an absolute legend, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming on board. You're an absolute beast. We got people commenting win right now, so people are motivated from you, so that's pretty badass. Let's kick some ass. Let's keep it moving. You guys all have an amazing, amazing rest of your week, and we'll see you in the next testimonial. Peace out. Ending this.